everyone, Connor here from the Daubers, and we are going into week 2 of bracket 1 for Shim-Line Saturdays. So let's dive right on in. So let's have a look at the first pairings. So we have Thieving Goblin Bolt, and we have Shapchanger's Skill. So let's have a look at the Goblin Bolt first. So, the centering of this one, again, off to the left, kinda in the middle. So, yeah, kind of in the middle. Let's see. Not too bad, but overall, let's see. Can we immediately we can hit a point where there looks like there's no shim. So the foiling definitely isn't catching the light. The moment it does catch, it's not too prominent just yet. It starts to turn and then it becomes a bit noticeable. This one, honestly, I actually think is pretty fair on the Shim-Line bracket. It's noticeable once you see it, but like at certain angles, honestly, it's very close to being non-existent actually. So I think this one's easily in the 1.5 shim lines out of 5, if I'm going to be honest. I think this is actually quite a hidden one. But then also that's sometimes quite cool. Some of these ones that have just the faint little bit of uniqueness between the copies you might have. Awesome stuff. I think this one's alright, to be fair, actually. This one, especially when you catch the light, like here, for instance, definitely not noticeable at all. In fact, actually, when you hold it at a certain light, it doesn't even look like it's actually a foil, which is even funnier. And then you go, wabam, it is a foil, but it's got a shim. So I think this one's not too bad, to be fair. I don't think this is the worst we've seen so far, or the worst we're going to see. It's not half bad. It kind of cuts right through not, though, which is a wee bit menacing. So that is a wee bit mental, but it is what it is. Just how the artwork is described. So let's move on to who it's playing off against. So this is who it's contending with. This is who you're going to be voting up against. Oh, that's immediate. So we have Shapchanger's Skill. So this card... is that the lighting, or is it supposed... That actually, right, to be fair... Off of the lighting here, it kind of looks like it's part of the art, actually, with the shade, like, of the light source. It kind of looks like it's part of it, actually, to be fair, initially. It definitely isn't, but it does look like it's supposed to be there, almost. That one, for the people that like shim lines, for instance, might actually be a heavy sway, because it does kind of look like it's meant to be there. It kind of falls right down the centre. It's almost down the centre. It's almost perfectly down the centre. But I actually think it being off-centred a little bit does give it a smidgen of a boost to where it is. I think if it was any further over to the right and more in the centre, I think it wouldn't look like it's supposed to be there. Does it have a point, an angle? See, as I say, when you show up at this angle, the thing is, I can still see it. I can see that line. And I can't entirely tell. It looks as if it's like it's meant to be part of the art, is the kind of thing. And I don't know if it is or not. Oh, that's a tough one. The moment we kind of like start to like turn it though, the line, I actually think, for maybe the right or the wrong reasons, this one, I am going to actually hit it with a 4.9 shims out of 5. Mainly because no matter what angle I seem to be holding at, I can just see that line, but it also looks like it's almost art. Like, so I think again, this could just be a bad call, but I'm gonna say 4.9 shims out of 5 for sure. Like, because it definitely looks noticeable the entire time, and then the foiling does look nice though. The foiling's nice, but it's an almost perfect centered shim. So we have the two of them. Let's pair them both off next to each other quickly. So we have both of them, as you can see. The foiling, yeah, the foiling's just so much more noticeable on that Shapchanger's Skill, to be fair. But again, also, somebody might be saying to themselves, hey, I want to see a shim that's like a secret shim get through. That's what some people might be wanting to do. So whatever vote goes your way, that's what you put in the comments below, and see what one you're going to put through to the next round. So next on up, we have two more cards. We have Leveling Strength and Nature's Tempest. So let's start off with Leveling Strength, because we're going to see the first of the collector additions to this. So coming from the solo leveling collector booster packs, we have a Leveling Strength, which is a foil version of a common, from the Challenger series, and it's an almost perfectly centered. Let's see if we can get an angle where it's not too noticeable. See, the foiling with these ones are also so good that I feel like I can still see it. Yeah, I can still see it, and it's very noticeable there. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to say a flat on the nose 4 out of 5 shims is what I'm going to give this, because I feel like, yeah, it feels like there's some close level angles, but I can still see at the top of his head. A cool card nonetheless. The pretty decent centered shim. Like, I think for me personally, the shim's right down the middle is what I'm looking for. I'm wanting one to be absolutely slap bang down the middle. So this one's very close to that, to be fair. Like, I think this is not bad. And definitely the foiling on it looks pretty bang on. Yeah, I think this one could be a tough one to beat. So let's have a look. Can Nature's Tempest sway your vote this week? And we have Nature's Tempest here. Just a normal UR from the Critical Role set. And it's not as immediately. See, again, there's that line that we're seeing from what's now been 2 Hero of Exandria cards, where I can't tell if that line is part of the art or it's just a really prominent shim line. I can't actually tell. Like, it kind of looks like it's supposed to be there. Like, when you look at it in this light, it kind of looks like it's meant to be there. Obviously, it's just off to the right, off centered right as such, but kind of down the middle between the 2 brackets. But then when you turn it, immediately you get hit with it. This one, so again, this one also, I'm going to rank high up there with a 4.8 out of 5 shim lines, is what I'm going to bracket it as. Simply down to the fact that even when you hold it at a certain angle where the shim sort of disappears, the line's still there, but I can't tell if it's shim nor art. So I'm going to say 4.8. I don't think it's as prominent as the previous one that we've seen, but it's definitely up there. Really cool card, very prominent shim line. So let's now pair all 4 together so we can get the final brackets put through. So you're going to be voting for the Thieving Goblin Bolt versus Shapchanger Skill, or you're going to be voting, and you're also going to be voting for Leveling Strength versus Nature's Tempest. So get in your votes for next week, and we will rally back the following week for another bracket. See you later on, everyone.